afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shu-Ching Lin, Shu-Ching from NTU, National Taiwan University. And I have begun my career at the international office at NTU 6 years ago. So I think it's quite a long time, and I think I'm still learning. Okay. And I feel very privileged to be given the opportunity to share our thoughts and what we have been doing for student internalization. And this is my topic, NTU students tuned in to the world. Why are we doing it? And what have we done? And the challenges we face ahead. Okay, very simple outline, our strategy, what we do, and issues we have. I wonder if you have come to our campus. NTU is located in the heart of Taiwan's capital, Taipei. It's one of the most premier institutions of higher education in Greater China area. And we attract, we recruit, and we recruit the best and brightest students from across Taiwan. And to a large extent, the role of the university is to make sure that we create an excellent campus for learning and research for our students through these strategies. Through these strategies. And one of the strategies is academic internalization. And hopefully, we will educate and challenge and graduate outstanding students who will become, in a later time, knowledge creator, leaders in society, and capable global citizens. And for the strategy of academic internalization, to a large extent, it deals with student internalization. NTU has been implementing a series of university-wide initiatives to broaden our students' international experiences. And there are three modes: curriculum, activities, and programs, which I will elaborate on them a little bit now. Let me begin with the mode of curriculum. So far, especially in the morning, we have talked about the issue of international curriculum. What we have done is we provide international studies, for example, European studies, American studies, Japanese studies, Chinese studies, etc. And we hope to provide our students with global perspectives. And for foreign languages, we provide more than a dozen different languages to our students. And for the courses instructed in English, because NTU is a very comprehensive university, and it is always a challenge for us to create enough English programs for our students. So we are trying very hard, and it has been a big debate within our campus because different faculty they have different philosophy. Some of them agree, but some of them disagree about English courses. But anyway, we are very regularly, every academic year, we provide more than 900 English courses, which are spread in different expertises. And we encourage and we sponsor students to do cross-border internship and site visits as well. The general idea is to add an international component to give students international learning opportunities. And so far, I think we have been doing very good, but still some improvement still needs to be made. And for the next, the modes of activities, we have some international co-curricular activities organized by our student clubs. And we have a long tradition of sending students to do cross-border service or visits. And we encourage students to attend international meetings and conferences, of course. And we have also, like the National University of Singapore, we have student volunteer program, student ambassador program, and so on. And these photos will give you visual images of some of the international activities taking place on our campus or overseas. More photos? I think that the general idea is to inspire students' enthusiasm for critical thinking, for civic responsibility, for cultural understanding, and for human cooperation. And this slide shows you the locations where we send our students to do learning service, starting from the Solomon Island and Kiribati in the Pacific, and India, the Philippines, Malaysia, Vietnam, Mongolia, Burma in Asia, and Swaziland in Africa, and Salvador in Central America. These are the locations where our students did their learning service in the recent years. And we have got very positive feedback from our students because they have broadened their horizon and they have made international friends, and they know as a global citizen what their responsibilities are, which I think are very worthy. And the third mode is program, which is a very significant endeavor that will give our students sufficient opportunities to get immersed in academic studies and in another culture and language at the same time. And NTU has a long-standing collaborative partnership around the globe with more than 330 institutions. And with more than half of them, we are doing joint student programs, such as bilateral exchange programs, visiting programs, summer programs, and dual degree programs. And every year, we send around 600 students to 169 universities in 31 countries. And this is the distribution. And the traditional destinations include Central America, Europe, and Asia. And to our great delight, I think students are now thinking not only the traditional destinations, but also the non-traditional destinations, which I think can be deemed as a sign of open-mindedness. And this slide shows you our summer program partnership. We send around 250 students to 16 top-tier universities in 6 countries every summer. These include UC Berkeley, UC Davis, Stanford, NC State. And in Europe, we have partners in Oxford, King's College, Exeter, IESEG, Heidelberg, Hamburg, Ulm, Utrecht. And in Asia, we are very happy to say we will start our summer program this year with RISMICON. And on a regular basis, we send our students to Nagoya, Kyushu, and Akita International. And we have done a lot to help internationalize our students' experience. But the success of internalization takes an entire institution, which include the student, the faculty, and administration. And I don't think it's an easy job. So I think there are still some issues of importance that needs to be resolved. To begin, I would like to talk about some of the issues that are related to the students' part. Because of the time limit, I will talk about only 3 of them. Number 1, varying participation rates and patterns of different student populations. We have worked very hard to create new opportunities for our students to study abroad. Last year, our President Lee declared a new policy of study abroad. That is, 1/3 of our students are expected to spend 1 semester abroad during their undergraduate career. It's quite a big challenge, and we are working very hard to meet the demand of the students. And I'm very happy to say that we do see a rise in students, but the best thing is we still see like the University of the National University of Singapore. You said you have set a quota for each faculty, and at NTU, actually the academic college have enjoyed quite great autonomy. So we don't have a regulation so far for each college. And let me show you an interesting chart. This is the breakdown of student populations who are involved in study abroad program in 2010 and 11 study abroad program. And from this chart, you can see almost 40% of students are from the College of Management, and 18 from liberal arts, and 16 from social sciences. And we can see almost 3/4 of the student body who are involved in the student exchange, study abroad, are basically from the College of Management, liberal arts, and social sciences. And these 3 fields, I think they are predominantly female. So I think there is still something we should do to deal with this kind of imbalance within each college. And issue number 2, basic requirements for students to fulfill. Here, by basic requirements, I refer to the financial resources that we should have to afford this kind of study abroad. And I think we should think of who is responsible for the financial resources. The university, or the government, or the student and his or her family themselves. I think we should think of it, because now government is increasing their subsidies. So I think it is critical to think about where will the students get their financial support. And another basic requirement is the language skills, especially for students who have a hard science background. I think they are not trained enough to have adequate language proficiency to pursue their study abroad. And the third is about attitudes. It's about attitudes of students. I think too often study abroad is described as a very personally inspiring and very very personal, exciting experiences. So not to our surprise, the students are not ready when they before their departure or even during their exchange. They are not ready to face the realities, challenges, or complexities of studying abroad. And I think that attitudes should be, to be clarified more. And on the faculty side, we talked about international curricula, and internationalized curricula is a very complex undertaking, and the success of it relies mainly on the faculty. And at NTU, I don't think sufficient incentives have been provided. And on the other hand, internationalized curricula is a very, I think we need to discuss it more. What does you mean? What do you mean by saying internationalized curricula? And we have to think of a way, to broaden and deepen this good idea. And also attitudes on the faculty. I don't think if you agree, I'm not sure if you agree with me, I don't think too much faculty does value, or they don't trust the value of internalization. And because they think perhaps study abroad is students' strategy to escape from academic challenges or professional development, and therefore they are not always very supportive. And I think that's one of the big issues that we should not neglect. And the last part is concerned with administration. Issue number one is about how we form the team. How do we form the team? At NTU, internalization is an overall institutional strategy. And I think that's a good thing. But the bad thing is NTU tends to be decentralized. So different working groups are undertaking different tasks to advance internalization. And we want a mechanism to coordinate all the resources, policies, and requirements, etc. We need to do that, but I don't think not too many people have noticed this is a big issue that we should deal with. And the last one, but not the least one, is quality. I think those of us who are so deeply involved in international endeavors tend to neglect or forget the link between study abroad or student internalization outcomes and assessments. And we understand that not all learning is measurable, and assessment is very, very complex. And so currently we are not prepared to engage in discussions about student learning outcomes, and therefore we don't have assessment outcomes to demonstrate our effectiveness or to improve ourselves. That's another thought that I have in mind that I want to share with you. Thank you. I think that's all. Thank you.